You can tell by the way I started my videos with it, how close it is, how limited I am on shop space. Granted, it's not a garage, like I know some people work in tighter spots than this, but I can't back up anymore to get a wider view. But decided to do a quick update. I finished welding up this tail panel and the quarters. So they're all blob welded all the way down. These are pretty big spot welds to fill from the way I drilled them out. Some of this was drilled out with a spot weld cutter. Some of it wouldn't break free nicely, so I had to use a unibit, and it got pretty nasty. But I pulled my rear balance down and fitted up just to make sure my quarters and everything fit up. Kind of as an afterthought, I guess, to make sure that the bolts on the quarters lined up right, to make sure the bottom was kicked in or out where it needed to be. And it looks like it might have been a little bit out further on this side, but I'm happy with the way it looks. I'm definitely not going to drill all these spot welds to try to go back. As you can see, I'm pleasantly surprised at how well it fit up. Now granted, I still have to blend these welds down, still got to spray epoxy over everything. I still have to do my screws on these, which looks like some of these are going to be fun to get, because you can see that's the tail panel at like the halfway mark on some of this. It looks like my tail panel might be sitting a little high on that side. Oh, it's about the same on this side too. You can see the tail panel there about halfway. So that may or may not be a problem. And it also might be just because of the way it's sitting. I trimmed these back drop downs flush with the quarters. But apparently I didn't trim them enough. I don't know if you can see inside of here at all. See if I can get an angle where you can see it. But there, this black here, if I can get it to focus, that black there is the quarter. The little bit of beige is the leftover of this lip. This is flush from like here up. It is all flush with the quarter. So I'm gonna have to trim it even more, because it's obviously, you know, it's gapped here. It's not pulling in tight. So I'm gonna have to trim it more. I might have to move my spot welds higher, because they're cut pretty close. Same thing on this side. It's nice and gapped there. I don't know if you can see inside of there. Here, get my handy dandy light. All right, so now you can see inside of there. You can see it's cut up high up top. It's catching right here where this bolt goes, where it actually passes through the quarter and bolts. Right there on this flange. It's not focusing for crap, but anyways, it's hitting right there. So I'll pull this balance off and I'll trim some more and see how it fits up. But you can see how these tail extensions, after I trip over this damn retractable hose that I never pick up, you can see how these extensions fit up. Pretty happy with that. It's pretty flush. I wasn't so sure with this. I think this was this way before, but it's like someone trimmed this, or maybe this was a replacement, I don't know. But the other side's not like that. It's fairly tight. But anyways, the lines on it are pretty good. Follow it down. Probably disorientating the shit out of everyone, flipping the camera around everywhere, but the body lines are pretty good on these extensions. I had the trunk laid up there earlier. The only thing with it is, you can tell with these chrome pieces, it sits, I want to say, in a little bit on the trunk. These actually extend out a little bit. I will most likely be getting rid of these chrome pieces anyways. So the only thing I'll have to worry about is making sure this is aligned. But my lines are pretty good. It's tucked in a little bit there, but so you can see that's pretty much flush across there. It's a little bit off right here, but I think it just needs to bump out some at the top, and then right here is a little bit of a lip. I couldn't get this flexed up enough to fix it, but it looks like this has a shit ton of Bondo. I don't know if it can focus in on that. Let's see if it can. Yeah, that looks like a shit ton of layer of Bondo. So I'm thinking once I take this down to bare, it'll actually be flush with this. So I'm probably going to toss these in the blast cabinet and strip them. And this tail panel I need to wire wheel down and grind down those. I still have to weld these bumper or inner trunk brackets. But like I showed in another video, they have to be modified a good bit because they don't meet up. They need to like be able to sit down more, and they can't because of these legs. They're a little too high. So I'll have to do some finagling with those. I might have to cut them and re-weld them. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna call it quits for today. There's nothing else small I can piddle with other than blending out these welds, and I really don't feel like getting covered in grind dust today. I'm gonna wait for a dirty day, so whenever I get ready to do that, I'll go ahead and strip all the primer away from the insides of here, because that's the next task, is welding the inside mini tubs. Later on I'm gonna have to fix this ghetto-ness I did whenever I was mounting up the rear suspension bar. I just took a hammer to this and kept waylaying the shit out of it to bend it out of the way so I could get my bolts in. I'm not liking this nastiness that I made in here, so I'm gonna end up cutting that away and re-welding it. I just don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet. But I'll probably, I'm trying to remember where it needed gap. I think it needed a gap right here and maybe up in that corner. I might be able to bring this out more and drop down. I don't know. I really have no clue how I'm gonna handle that. I might just like blend it across and do just angle this corner that way. I really don't know. But I don't like the way it looks in the trunk, so I'm gonna do something with it. But I think that's it for now. I still have to weld these too. I gotta flex these back down and weld them, but I really don't know how I'm gonna handle this. I'll have to probably break the welds loose up top and scoot them over completely, I think, unless I can bend this flange like out and then down. I might be able to like hammer it over or something, or bend it over. I don't know. I'll have to look online and see what people do with these mini tubs. I don't remember. But it's getting there, boys. It's getting there. Oh, it's gonna look so nice with these fat tubs. They look so good. So good, so much room. And my TCI suspension up there still, just waiting to have some stuff bolted to it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Till we meet again. Oh, by the way, sorry, a little update on these. Tillman, I guess, changed these gloves. There's the model number of them. These things almost need a respirator to wear. They put off so much dust and debris when using them. Whatever these little flaky fuzzies coming off of them. I can probably hit it off of here. I don't know if it picks up any of this shit shaking in the air. But all those specks, that's all off the glove. I don't know if you can see all that dust, but that's all off this glove. Shit's crazy. As soon as you pick up a tool or start doing anything, moving around or dust anything with it, that shit just floats all in the air like crazy and you're just breathing it in. I'm sure it can't be too great, but I probably won't buy any more of those Tillman gloves. Just quick FYI feedback on them. All right, guys. Thanks again. Later.